Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have decided to bring you a political speech from one of our senators in Jamaica. Before we get into today's video, let me ask you something. Can a country truly solve crime by declaring a state of emergency over and over again? Or does real change require something much bigger? Today we are reacting to a powerful speech from Senator Damion Crawford in the Jamaican Parliament. He didn't hold back. He questioned the government's crime strategy, challenged its leadership, and raised serious concern about the resources available to the police. But he also argued that the fight against crime does not begin with arrests. It begins with opportunities, education, and hope. Now, whether you agree with Senator Crawford or not, this speech raises questions every Jamaican should think about. Is the current approach working? What more can be done? And if you are in charge, what will you change? Stay with me until the end because we are breaking it all down, asking the tough questions, and I do love to hear your thoughts in the comment. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to get more updates. Let's get into the video.
I'll just quote some statistics for which many Jamaicans are aware of the impact of a World Cup on crime statistics. In 2018, Mr. President, the World Cup was June 10th to July 15th, 105 murders and 90 shootings. This was 52 murders less than the equal year and equal period 2017, June 10 to June 15. And also, sir, this was 66 shootings less than June 10 to June 15. So in the period, and you can write it down so you can check it. Not even one, but I soon come to that. So I see Matthew want to check it, so I'll repeat. The impact of World Cup on crime. World Cup 2018, between the periods June 10th and June 15th, Jamaica had 52 less murders than equal year in 2017. They also had 66 less shootings than equal year. World Cup 2014, June 10 to June 15, Jamaica had 87 murders compared to 116 2013 same period. If I should do a quick mathematics, that is going to be 107. That's about 30 less murders in that period. So to come in front of us to claim that there is some trend that exists in 1 week, Senator Bunting, as an engineer, could you take a trend from 1 week of activity and they ignore what happened in Augustown that went 1 year without a murder? And they have not proposed a replication of Augustown, but are proposing an extension of 1 week. And they never have zero like Augustown. When it failed in Augustown, Augustown lambasted the government for their disinterest in what they employed. In fact, the government have often claimed that the peace management initiative is of no real moment. I've heard the Minister of Security say, we spend so much money on community intervention, and yet crime is still up. If I should carry his... We have done it already, sir.
You're sure, President? The Speaker's time having expired may be granted a few minutes to complete his presentation.
What is it? What's the question?
The Speaker's time having expired, can he be granted sufficient time to complete his presentation?
Members should have heard the question. Those in favor?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So we come back, Mr. President, to set in the foundation of my assumption of political gamesmanship being played at this particular point in time. The improper accusations are being made of the opposition, as we were unaware that the game was declared. So we were not participating in the gamesmanship. But since March of 2020, there has been a sustained increase in murders in this country, and the silver bullet of the state of emergency was not proposed until World Cup, to then gain the benefits of World Cup. Gabby asks how convenient, let I tell you. April, murders was up 1.8%. If state of emergency was so great, it should have been called in April. However, another 130 Jamaicans died by May. By May, it was up 6.5%. Nobody said, let's put in a state of emergency. No chief technical director, no commissioner, no, me not go, because I'm a part of one of them organizations then. They even know if my fees pay. And I accept that we have a difference in opinion. If the PSOJ and the JMEA and the Craft Market and the Egg Farmers Association and the Goat Farmers Association, if they have a different opinion than mine, fine. And if they want to express it, I accept that expression. But do not feel that I don't have a right to my own opinion as well. I have a right to my own opinion. So when I hear Senator Rodriguez going to say, how dare you go against the police and you don't know as much as the police? 90% of the Jamaica people said they had no confidence in the commissioner. Why can't I be one of that 90%? So what I'm saying is that you move again, that in June it was up 1%. In July it was up 1%. In August it was up 4%. In September it was up 8%. Nobody called a state of emergency to save at least one life. Nobody said, oh, let us do it and risk it not showing up. Let us do it when the World Cup is on so that we can claim 70% in 1 week. What happened in August, in September? You know, I'm glad you laugh because I have a quote for you, I have a nice quote for you. The commissioner said that in September there were 18 double murders and 1 triple murder. Why wasn't it called if it was so great? I see Senator Golding of good pedigree, Bruce Golding, is in agreement, looking over with great agreement on me. Yes, attentively, and I enjoy it. I like that. Not disrupting me like some other senators over there. The commissioner said, and I quote, in the month of September alone, there were 19 incidents of multiple murders, 18 double murders, a triple murder amounting to 39 victims. The commissioner said that. Nobody mentioned in September, the whole October done. And it never come in till right before World Cup. When it is coming back down. The police is saying that the trends were suggesting it's coming back down. But make a look again. In October, it was up another 7%. And it's not until, I think, what, the 15th of November? The silver bullet is being commissioned. Why the senators never write something in April? Why the groups? What them name? The craft. Me and them, my friend. I write the craft policy. Why craft vendors never say, in September, we are demanding of the government? Why they never did that? I don't have a problem with the PSOJ, because the PSOJ have a right to their opinion. But I'm saying to the PSOJ, I invite you to take a trip with me and go down to St. James and recognize that most police stations don't have a working police car. I will talk soon. I soon quote, man. Just wait, no, man. Be careful. Don't show up yourself. Wait. You will have your time. You will have your time. But you know, can come with me then, hold on. All right, I've been instructed. Make a look. I did some research, but all I said was that I invite the members of these groups, PSOJ, JMEA, craft vendors, to come and make we do a tour, and we will see the cars. And if we see the car, we say, oh, I stand corrected, I see the cars. So what's wrong with the invitation to do a tour? You asked earlier, did you meet? Didn't they ask earlier, did you meet with John Brown, Mary Jane, and Chantal? So now we say, let's meet on a site.
On a point of order, Mr. President. On a point of order.
Okay.
The member is misleading
Hold
the
on,
Senate.
1 minute. 1 minute. Senator Crawford, give me a minute. Yes,
Mr. President, the member of the Senate has misled his colleagues and by extension the entire chamber and the country, and that comment must be withdrawn. The police stations in St. James have working vehicles. That is impatient of debate. He must withdraw the comment, or it must be struck from the record. Nothing no gossip.
All right, you'll have a chance to make him think, sir.
Continue.
Ruling, Mr. President. And I'm on my feet, so you must sit when I'm on my feet at the same time.
No, but in fairness, he had sat down, you know.
Yes.
So what he's saying is that what you're saying is not correct.
So
but
therefore you're saying that I'm saying he's lying.
No, but I never said that. But if you listen to me, what I'm saying, you know.
Make the ruling.
What he has said is not really a point of order.
Right.
He has given what he considers to be correct information.
Correct.
But your information, he says, is not correct. You are saying it is correct. So continue, and then he can correct
No,
it
no,
later.
sir. I'm not only saying my information is correct. No. I'm saying his information is incorrect as well. Because Maroon Town don't have a working vehicle currently. St. James. Maroon Town. I see him getting the information. Spring Mountain, Montego Hill, and Coral Gardens have one. Sometimes not working. All right, Mr. President, I'm going to now say that many entities in St. James don't have sufficient vehicle for them to execute their, because I don't want it to be semantics. Okay, so I'm now saying that because sufficient is as important.
So you start telling me.
Okay, all right, so I accept. I invite the PSOJ, the JMEA, the craft vendors to come and see that sufficient vehicles are not within the spaces, and therefore all that needs to be done is not being done. I come back to the businessman. I come back to the businessman. I give a mason more block, more steel, more sand, more gravel, more cement, he make less house. And I shouldn't question why making less house. The things the JLP is trumpeting to be applauded for, they should be ashamed of that, oh, we spend more money and you're getting less outcomes. You're getting less outcomes. With much less money, Senator Bunting as Minister of Security performed better than every single year. Every single year. And no state of emergency. We come again. Come again. Where was I again? They need an operation truck, etc. I will go further to show the lack of commitment which cannot be questioned. There was a position stated in 2017, I think November 2017. That position was the Office of National Security Advisor. Senator Brown, you remember the Office of National Security Advisor? The current commissioner was brought in to take up that. It says, the Prime Minister said, consistent with international best practices in other jurisdictions such as UK, Canada, US, India, Australia, and in the pursuance of a strategic national security management, a national security advisor is the principal technical advisor to the government. Who is that person now? Since the commissioner left that post and became the commissioner, why we don't want to be consistent with UK, Canada, US, India, Australia, and all these other places? Who is that person now? If all is being done. The chief advisor to the government, the prime minister, and is missing. Is no longer in position. Is that a lie? We're going to show lack of commitment. CMOC. You know about CMOC? Yes, ma'am. It is the Crime Monitoring, what is CMOC again? Oversight Committee. The chairman of CMOC, Senator Bunting, you need to hear this. The chairman of CMOC, I want some water. Then can't deny this. This is a quote. He says, the PMP has remained committed to CMOC since its inception. I quote, unquote. Distant. Like distant. A member of the PSOJ and the JMEA and all of those A's that exist. He then goes further to say, and I quote, the Minister of National Security over the last 6 months had essentially taken a policy position not to take part in the proceedings, but that has now been changed. Commitment. When you make a policy decision not to partake in the Crime Management Oversight Committee and then come to say you're asking for us to agree when you make yourself absent. We now look into these things. Aren't we seeing what's happening? When they say, who is going to talk for the rights of the people who are murdered? I don't understand that question, because with all the states of emergency, more people have been murdered almost every single year. So when you come and then change in the circumference of reference, Senator Fraser Binns, you have 2 sons. I heard you had to remind some people before I came today that you have 2 sons. Imagine when they pass to Kingston College, they're going to carry home them book. When they pass to Kingston College, they're going to come now and say that, you know, I fail maths but I pass indices. Is that sufficient? And when they say, what do you mean I fail maths? They say, well, in the part that I study, I pass it. That's why the government is coming to the country. The government is saying we failed in the total of the nation, but the part that I study, we pass it in St. James. When Manchester is under siege, when St. Mary is under siege, when Portland now is getting 200% more than it used to get. The total number. And the government wants us to accept that there are neighborhood watch, that in the neighborhood it is all right. Not even the commissioner can come and say that in a part of Jamaica I'm doing okay, ignore the other parts. And we must accept and move forward. But I'm speaking also for the police officers. What about their rights? Who have been treated as not just servants but almost slaves. We don't forget the food that they used to get, the soldiers and the police. With millions of dollars being spent on porta potty. Why these things will not remain in the country? That millions of dollars was spent on the rental of porta potty for an activity that they expected to last for years. And should I buy the porta potty? We need to find out who rented those porta potties. We're going to come further again. They promised the police SOE pay and ZOSO pay. To this day, none of them have gotten SOE pay and ZOSO pay. Them tell me if you come today to talk against that. Their rights. Talk about that. Because what happens, Senator Brown, is that them get 10 hours per week for overtime pay, when some of them are being asked to work 30 hours more. Because with all the state of emergency, no additional resources or not sufficient additional resources are being sent to man these states of emergency. Knowing that the state of emergency is the intent of the government, it has not been a part of the discussions for the pay of the police moving forward. The Minister of Finance ignored that part of the crime plan and have not put in that conversation. That with what we expect of you, your pay should be different and increased. Why should we not speak to the police officers? Mr. President, I call upon the groups asking for the extension of the state of emergency to do a study on the degree retention in the security force. My information is less than 10% of people who go in with a degree stay in that police force because they're feeling that they're being abused. by the requests and requirements that are being made of them. You're doing everything for the police force, and you're not doing that. The Prime Minister was blatant in saying one young man, 15-year-old, was found with a gun, and he's going to make sure, or not he, coming on, may have to be careful. They want to make sure that he's an example to all the other 15-year-olds. You think they're locking up a 15-year-old for 15 years is a better example than making sure them have food when them go to school? Because right now the schools are saying them cannot feed the children. We have more people in Jamaica who are in the pool for gangs than the pool for the police force. Because within our education system, 28% of them is getting what the police force require. So every time 100,000 people do that, only 28,000 can go to the force. The other 72,000 is more for the gang. What have they done to change that? The Minister of Education go on the radio to say she knew it was insufficient, but them have to go and make it work. And you're going to tell me that you have done sufficient? You don't listen to the radio, so you don't know. You listen to every station? Oh, you want to talk about that? She also said, no, but she don't listen to every station, so I don't know. She also said, because you're busy, you're in charge of the whole foreign affairs. You were in charge of foreign affairs. I couldn't expect that you listen to local radio all the time. You have to listen to foreign radio. She also said, this is the example of disingenuous communication. No, man, may I talk today? Disingenuous communication. In an effort to mislead the country, the Minister of Education stated that she gave a big number. Is it true most Jamaicans never see these big numbers before? It's so enough. She said that she gave 8.8 million for the 4 months for 907 children. A person who don't know the value of money say, what? I see on the internet them start to say the principal is a thief. I see them saying that there needs to be an investigation. Simple mathematics for 8.8 million for 907 children for 70 days is $121, I mean. $121 a day per meal.
You sure you don't have this calculator?
Well, 1 meal I'm getting. 1 meal. 1 meal. So instead of saying that it is true that 121 cannot purchase a meal, she goes further to say that it is not to make a profit. How can 121 make a profit? A regular small food is $350. If they were making 102% profit, everybody would have to sell small food. It can't buy nothing. And we wonder why in our non-traditional schools there is a recruitment pool of persons not showing up for school. And you say you've done everything. We don't see sufficient evidence that you are doing anything to make we don't need a state of emergency 2027. We don't see no evidence that you are doing anything to make we don't need a state of emergency 2030. And so when you come and ask for 30 days, how many 30 days? 46 this time? How many 46 days? We can't support this one. We have supported many. We have bite with tongue. We have class with hands. We have close with eyes. We have felt the pain of all the young men that have been scraped up. Most recently, 300 and odd was scraped up. The leader of the opposition spoke to it. The vast majority could not have been charged. Right now in St. James, I think is 1 in detention. Don't worry yourself. I'm the backup. You see when Gabby, yeah, me the backup. Yes, I'm the backup. I am talking for Gabby today. Me I talk for Gabby. Yes. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Yeah, man, listen, man. I win and never lose, so therefore, no matter what, Tivoli Garden next, I'm down there. Put me in, coach. defending the people. I am defending that person who wants to keep a party this Christmas, who haven't been able to earn nothing throughout the whole period that you had locked down this country and locked down St. James. I want to say that the person who wants to look for him auntie shouldn't need a letter, and he's not a criminal. I want to say that without adequate lockups, you shouldn't carry the regular man and go lock him up with the worst of criminals for 2, 3, or 4 days. And when we remember Mario Dean, I tell you, we don't like we don't remember history. He went in for a spliff, and he came out dead. The people who are jumping up are unlikely to suffer this indignity. That indignity. And all I'm saying, please accept that it is possible that outside of political gamesmanship, because there's no political game. What stupid analysis is that we are seeking political gain by not voting for it, when everything is going against us politically by not voting for it. If there's any evidence of conscience, it is now. It is now. The funders and possible funders have said, no, do what we say. We propose. The people in many communities are saying we want more police, we don't understand, are they going to move? And we are saying that there is a court ruling, a constitution, and a reality that we still feel that this is not necessary. So to claim that we should be ashamed, that's why I make sure I come today in a Senator Bunty. Come never ever have a car. But me want everybody to know I'm not ashamed. I was, but I would have convinced him to don't vote, as I don't bother. I don't want a person to feel. I sat the last time and take that lambasting from the president about if we are elected. I'm appointed to do a job, and I took an oath on that job. Yes. And I'm standing up for those who are of the feeling that more should be done for the cameras, the Jamaica Eye. That should be in the letter. The Jamaica Eye, not even government buildings don't have Jamaica Eye. More should be done for the body-worn cameras. More should be done for the anti-gang legislation. The most recent that we all forget is out by the land that was being sold, accused to be now in Portmore, in Clifton. It was said in this house that it was a gang that they say was associated or supportive of the People's National Party. To this point, is one person get arrested. Why the anti-gang not kicking to make this person then now get in the rest of the gang? From the Prime Minister's constituents. Watch we again now. More need to be done with education. More need to be done with spending on the less fortunate. More need to be done with community policing and PART program. More need to be done with the violence interruption and the engagement of things like the TMI, the PMI. More needs to be done with intervening in the communities. More need to be done in finding the 200 car that was supposed to come for the police and it still don't come. The letter should have said that. The bandolo. And you're telling me you're doing all that you can. Mr. President, I say again, having given multiple yes, that today is a definite no.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you have just watched that full video. Alright, everyone, let's talk about something that got Jamaica talking. Senator Damion Crawford stood up in Parliament and asked some hard questions about crime, the state of emergency, and whether Jamaica is really moving in the right direction. But let me ask you this. if you keep fixing the same problem the same way and the problem keeps coming back, is it really fixed? That is the big question today. The senator says the government depends too much on the state of emergency. Now don't get me wrong. Many people believe the COE has saved lives, while others say it's only a temporary solution. So who is right? Can both sides have a point? Think about it like this. If your car battery keeps dying every week, do you keep jump starting it forever? Or do you finally replace the battery? As the saying goes, a bandage can stop the bleeding, but it cannot heal a broken bone. Now here is another question. If crime is still affecting communities after years of emergency measures, should Jamaica start asking different questions? Or is the currently strategy simply taking longer to work? Let's talk about the police. Senator Crawford argued that some police stations don't have enough working vehicles. Wait, hold on. How do you chase criminals without reliable transportation? That is like asking Usain Bolt to win Olympic gold wearing slippers. Come on now. Even Bolt would laugh and says, "Me need proper shoes first." Funny quote. But it's also serious because every second matters. When someone calls for help, will you expect a doctor to save lives without medicine? Would you expect a teacher to teach without books? Then why should police officer be expected to protect community without the equipment they need? As one serious quote reminds us, hope is not a strategy, preparation is. The senator also questioned leadership, pointing to important national security positions remaining unfilled and asking why oversight meetings are not always attended consistently. That makes me wonder, can any football team win a championship without a coach? Can a pilot leave the cockpit and expect the plane to fly itself? Leadership matters whether you are running a country, a business, or even a family. Now here is the part that really caught my attention. Senator Crawford said, fighting crime is not just about catching criminals, it's about preventing young people from becoming criminals in the first place. Think about this carefully. If a child goes to school hungry, if opportunities are limited, and if gangs are offering money while society offers promises, who is speaking louder? That is not an easy question. There is an old Jamaican saying, "Picnic we no get love a yard, we look fee it a road." Sometimes that road leads somewhere good, and sometimes it doesn't. A real life example comes from Glasgow, Scotland, where leaders combine strong policing with investment in youth programs, education, mentoring, and community support. Over time, violent crime dropped significantly. Does that mean policing was not important? Of course not. It showed that security and social investment can work hand in hand. So why cannot Jamaica do the same? Why should it be one or the other? Why not both? Before anyone rushes to the comments, this is not about choosing political parties. It's about choosing solution, because crime does not ask whether you are GLP or PNP. rich or poor, young or old, crime affects everyone. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." But here is another powerful reminder. Justice delayed is justice denied. Maybe Jamaica needs stronger policing, better equipped officers, quality education, more opportunities for young people, and greater accountability, all at the same time. Let me leave you with one final question. If you were Prime Minister for just one day, what is the very first thing you would change to make Jamaica safer? Will you strengthen the state of emergency? Hire more police officers? Invest more in schools and youth programs? Or do all of the above? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's keep this discussion respectfully, because every Jamaican wants the same thing: a safer nation and a brighter future. Remember this: a nation grows stronger not when people stop asking questions, but when leaders are willing to answer them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I will see you in the next video.